So, sorry I have not uploaded in a really long time. We have been very busy lately. So anyway, I'm probably gonna get back to my regular uploading schedule here. And so, anyways, today we're gonna be talking about the Mississippi Valley, or along the Mississippi River, the Tennessee Valley, Dixie Alley, portions of Dixie Alley, and even in towards portions of the Southern Plains. And also, portions of the Great Lakes will be impacted by severe weather. I will tell you, though, that before we head into this, that the Mississippi River and the Tennessee Valley are fixing to get a lot of severe weather. So, let's get into this. Anyway, so you can see today we have an enhanced risk for severe weather out for portions of Kansas. I have the county warning areas on right now. Let's turn that off here. That's basically where the National Weather Service covers like the local one. Anyway, the enhanced risk for severe weather for portions of Oklahoma and Kansas and portions of Missouri as well. So we could see that we also have a slight risk extending from southern Iowa all the way down towards northern Texas here, even into Oklahoma, Missouri. So we also have a marginal risk out here. Then we have this small marginal risk out here in California. So there's a tornado chance out in California, a 2% tornado risk. I wouldn't say that they're exactly accustomed to weather like that, but there's a 10% hatched risk for a tornado out here in Oklahoma and Kansas. So basically what the hatched risk means is there's a 10% chance for EF2 or greater tornadoes. So EF2 and greater is considered significantly severe tornadoes. So like really strong tornadoes that can threaten life and property significantly. And then the wind threat, that area in California, and then a 30% hatched risk of severe weather here in of severe wind here in western Missouri and in eastern Kansas. So I may go live for this today. I don't know. I'll see how it unfolds. There's a 15% severe severe wind chance out for the plains here, and also out here there's a 5% severe wind risk for areas in the plains, even down into the southern plains. Now let's look at the hail risk. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention. Significant severe wind is considered, I believe, 75 miles an hour. So the significant severe hatched wind risk is for could be winds of hurricane force or greater, so 74 miles per hour or greater. That's what the hatch risk is. We got this 15% wind risk out here into the plains from southern Iowa into northern Texas. And the hail risk. This is for hail greater than 2 inches in diameter for the hatched area in here. So this is possible hail 2 inches, I believe it's 2 inches or greater in diameter. Also, there's a slight risk out for the plains, or a 15% risk for hail out through the plains here. And then we go on to the day 2 outlook, where we have a moderate risk severe weather for the Mississippi River along here into the western Tennessee, western Kentucky, into southern Illinois and southern Indiana. So the tornado risk, 15%, which is fairly high, I guess, for something like this. 15% hatched area for tornadoes. And look at this large 10% hatched area for tornadoes. That's a large destructive tornado possibility area. So hopefully we don't see this spread out really. Hopefully that it just stays around in that area. And we still have a 5% tornado risk out for a large area. I've noticed just by observing that normally they issue a tornado watch when there's a 5% tornado risk. And then this 2% tornado risk. There's a large 2% tornado risk. Basically, anywhere within this area could see tornadoes, and anywhere within this area could really see some strong to violent tornadoes. The wind risk, a large 30% hurricane force or greater category here across some of the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, back down into the Mississippi River Valley. There's even a 30% hatched risk for severe wind. Significant severe winds, 74 miles per hour greater, and then a large 2-inch in diameter hatched risk for hail. So, and even there's a bit of an overlap here with the 30%. So 30% hatched risk for hail 2 inches or greater. So this is a really strong severe weather setup. It looks like the greatest severe threats where all them overlap really here is in here where this moderate risk is. And then the day 3 outlook, another potential severe setup here. We don't have all the hail, wind, and tornado threats here, but we will have them for this situation tomorrow. A large area for a marginal risk and a large slight risk here, extending all the way back from Pennsylvania down here into northeastern Texas. That's how large or how elongated that area is. And then on day 4, we have another slight risk of severe weather across the southeast here, back into the southern plains, from Ohio into Texas. A lot of severe weather will be happening during this time. And again, day 5, another severe threat from portions of Kentucky down into eastern Texas. So it seems like these areas generally in here will be seeing a lot of severe weather over the next few days. So day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, okay. So the predictability is too low for day 6 and 7, but day 8 they say the potential is too low. So hopefully there's not really a potential for severe weather on these days. But we do know that these few will probably experience some severe weather down here in the southeast. Anyway, on to the Weather Prediction Center. It's really messy. So, let's see. Severe weather possible for these yellow dashed lines. Flash flooding possible in that red dashed lines. You can see some rain possible out here in the mountains today. Also mixed precipitation possible for a large portion of the country out here. Even some heavy snow mixing in Montana, Minnesota, and North Dakota. And even in April. So, and then freezing rain possible for Wisconsin and Michigan. By the way, this is not an April Fool's joke, alright? This is not. Anyway, heavy snow possible for the California mountains, and rain possible for the Pacific coast. Florida could be experiencing some thunderstorms today, and then critical fire weather possible out here for the Four Corner states down into the plains. And then, by the way, this is valid from 8 a.m. Eastern Time to 8 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And then for day 2, this is crazy. These weather maps are getting insane. So, a large area potential severe weather in here. Flash flooding possible in these areas. And then let's see. Also, critical fire weather possible for the southern plains there back into New Mexico. Thunderstorms generally possible for all these areas. There's a marginal risk of severe weather for some of those areas. And then, as you can see here, mixed precipitation possible for a lot of the west. And for the northern plains, a lot of snow and even some heavy snow at times, freezing rain and mixed precipitation. And then that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it. And then let's see. This is valid from 8 a.m. tomorrow till 8 a.m. on Thursday Eastern Time. So the day 2 risk of moderate risk of excessive rainfall. You can see, so this is the excessive rainfall. Today there's a little bit of a slight risk for severe weather, or a marginal risk from Chicago down towards the Oklahoma City area, down towards the Red River there. Slight risk for northwest Missouri into northeastern Kansas there. And then as we go to tomorrow's, the one that is really the one that we saw like the good potential for it, the slight risk down to northeastern Texas from the Great Lakes. And we could see a moderate risk. So basically this area in here is going to get like basically everything overlap. Tornado, flooding, damaging winds, and hail. So basically everything is going to overlap right there. Hopefully it's not as bad as it's looking like it's going to be there. But it's looking not too good as of today. And then the next day, a high risk of flooding rains for those areas again. A large marginal risk from Pennsylvania down into Texas here. We even get the marginal risk extended from Indiana down into Arkansas. So there will be a lot of flooding rains over the next few days over these areas as well, not only severe weather. So as we move on to the next page, this is the day 3 to 7 hazards outlook. You can basically see where it all comes together. Basically where the worst of everything is going to be in here. Not really looking like it's going to be insanely bad, but I mean there could be some bad severe weather down here. And again, don't really be scared, I don't want to like freak people out, because whenever you're posting videos like this on the internet, you gotta be careful what you say about stuff like this, because some people may overreact about things like this, and I don't blame them for it, especially if it's like one of their first times experiencing something like this. Although I know through here it's not the first time experiencing something like this, but it is possible, just know. So for people like maybe who just moved out here and they're experiencing stuff like this for the first time, don't be scared, be prepared. Have a go kit ready, like have a safe space that where you're going to be safe in the event of a tornado. It would be better if that safe space was underground or on the most interior room of your home, at the lowest point of the place you live. Or if you don't live in a sturdy structure, some cases you might have to go to someone else's house, maybe whether it be beforehand or during the warning. But when you get the tornado watch issued, you need to like have your plans ready to go, have a go bag ready, to know that your shelter is open, and just monitor the weather. So that's basically all there is to it. And when the warning is issued, take shelter. And I mean, it was scary for me the first time and like the second time, but I mean, that's the only times I've been in a tornado warning. Well, actually the third time. I was scared all 3 times, but don't like panic about it to the point where you're not going to have good decision making. It's good to have a respectful fear of tornadoes, but not a fear to where you're just like not even knowing what to do in the situation. So it's better if you already have it planned out. Anyways, severe weather possible, as you can see, from Pennsylvania down to Texas, Dallas area. Flooding rains possible in here for these areas. You can see that heavy rain is a main threat for these areas. A lot of heavy rain and flooding will be possible. And then out west, let's see if we got anything out west. Not really anything. So let's move on to the next page so we could see. Let's see. Not really much going on right now. Let's see if we can. Has a severe weather already happened out here in the plains? I don't think so. Okay. I'll have to look at the future radar later and decide, or maybe I can just So it does look like the severe weather threat will be later on tonight. Check your local National Weather Service for more specifics on timing. You can just search up your local National Weather Service Facebook page. They should have a Facebook page out there. So anyway, let's out for Kansas. There's hazardous weather outlook, wind advisory. The hazardous weather outlook. Let's see, for severe thunderstorms, which tornadoes are possible, and it says severe weather likely later this evening through early Wednesday morning. Clicks to view. Okay. So you can go on the National Weather Service Watch Warning Advisory display, click one of these, and then once you get on there, you can click on that for the briefing about it. Let's see if you live in, okay. I believe that might only be for Wichita, Kansas. Yeah, that might only be for the Wichita one. Anyway, let's see what this hazardous weather outlook is for out here. Let's see. So this afternoon and tonight, okay. Significant severe weather outbreak is expected Wednesday afternoon and evening into Wednesday night. All severe hazards will be in play, including very large hail, damaging winds, and strong tornadoes. It will also be the first round of what will be several rounds of heavy rain that will heighten the risk of flash flooding and flooding Wednesday through the weekend. River flooding is already forecast. Refer to the warnings for more details. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Okay. So particularly dangerous situation, that is I don't know if I've ever seen that before. A particularly dangerous situation, hazardous weather outlook. So I don't know if I've ever seen that before. This is out for areas in Tennessee here. Again, a particularly dangerous situation here. We got the flood watches out. We got the wind advisories out. The wind advisory is for wind gusts of 45 miles per hour. So, and then the flood watch is for, let's see. Let's see. So there could be excessive rainfall. And then if we go up here into Indiana and Kentucky, hazardous weather outlook. This doesn't look to be a particularly dangerous situation one. Anyways, let's go down here. So, let's see. Hazardous weather outlook. This is not a particularly dangerous situation one. There's also flood watches, coastal flood watches, flood warnings, coastal flood advisories. So a lot of flooding looks like what they're calling for in these areas. And then out west here we got our red flag warnings and everything, our fire weather, and then winter weather stuff. So that's really about it. Thank you for watching today's video, And if you enjoy, please like and subscribe. And before you go, you should check out EpicPen. It's free, or you could do $2 a month just for fading ink, on-screen text, lines, circles, squares, arrows. You can also get like whiteboard, blackboard, all that, and even extra colors. So anyway, thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video.